What's up? What's up? Billy Carson here, aka Forbidden Knowledge. Let's see who gets these notifications. And also, testing out a new mic. So let me know if my mic is hot. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me. All right. What's up, Emerald Block Mob? Can you hear me, Emerald Block Mob? What's up, Jackie Braden? Can you hear my voice? Am I coming through clear? Miss Josie, can you hear me? I'm testing out this mic. Let me know if it works. Sounding good. All right. Good. Excellent. Great. It's going to be a great talk tonight. I'm going to bring on Gaben Sarial here shortly to talk about an amazing topic, something new that's going on that we all need to be made aware of. And Emilio Ortiz, what's up? Dr. Be Serious. Two people just joined the chat that I have high admiration for. That's Emilio Ortiz, who has a new TV series coming to Forbidden Knowledge TV, and Dr. Be Serious, who has a new TV series and a brand new podcast on Forbidden Knowledge TV and YouTube. So make sure you go to YouTube today and go to the Forbidden Knowledge YouTube account and look for Serious Vibes. That's SIRIUS, Serious Vibes by Dr. Be Serious, his brand new podcast. It airs at 2:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Forbidden Knowledge YouTube account. Got to check it out. And Emilio, I'll see you in a couple of weeks, or I'll see you a few weeks, I guess. You'll be filming here shortly your brand new TV series on Forbidden Knowledge TV. Anyway, let me see if I can find who I'm bringing on, my special guest that I'm bringing on here tonight. I'm bringing on Gaben Sarial. Let's see if I can find Gaben. Boy, there's so many people requesting to go live. Wow, this is a lot of people. I'm going to have to start doing this one day. So you know what I'll do, guys? I can't do it tonight, but next time I go live, I'm going to have you guys request to join me. I'm going to start picking random people, and we're just going to vibe for a little while, all right? So, but right now I'm looking for Gaben Sarial. I don't see him in here yet. He should be on any minute now. But we're going to talk about a free webinar that we have coming up. A lot of times people are always asking me about, stuff should be free. Well, we give you a lot of content for free. And thank you for the badges, by the way. Appreciate the badges. Thank you. So we give away a lot of content for free. You got to remember, Forbidden Knowledge has over 140 social media accounts across all platforms. Think about that. Over 140 accounts. That's a lot. I mean, there's 61 Facebook pages on my business Facebook page manager app alone. Okay? So it's a lot. So you're talking about the most content being put out a day on a daily basis by any account that exists in the conscious community. Okay? Again, thank you for the badge. It's much appreciated. All right? So there's a lot of free content going out day after day, morning, noon, and night across all these channels that we got. We have so many accounts. I mean, so many accounts. There's over 5 million followers across all the platforms. TikTok alone is at like 1.1 million. This Forbidden Knowledge is at 1.4 million or something like that. Anunnaki History is at like 630,000. I mean, I could just keep going on. We have a lot of big accounts. I have a lot of big Facebook groups. I have Facebook groups with 100,000, 130,000, 150,000, 200,000 people in each group. We got Facebook pages with 6, 7, 5, 800,000, page likes. So content's going out all the time. Then we have our own apps, Unite the 99. Okay, we're on there. Of course, we're on this new Threads app. That's got tens of thousands of people already, and content goes up there every single day, all day. I mean, every time I turn around, there's another app, and we're putting content on every single one of these pages at all times. So even this Twitter now, which is now called X, has a lot of content. I've had two verified Twitter accounts for the last, 4 or 5 years. The amount of tweets on each account is well over 1 million tweets. And a lot of those tweets are links to blogs, which are full articles that are written and hosted on the Forbidden Knowledge blog, which is nothing but knowledge. So in terms of free information, nobody gives you more free information than Forbidden Knowledge. And I mean, nobody. It's just a fact, right? I see somebody talking about the Maui fires. Listen, that's a whole nother thing I got to go in on the Maui fires, because to me that looks like a directed energy weapon. It looks like Raytheon or one of those companies are experimenting, probably in collusion with some type of a real estate corporation, to literally wipe out all the facilities and buildings so they can come back in with a multi-billion-dollar project and start fresh and make money. Instead of saying, "Hey guys, I'd like to buy your property. Would you be willing to move?" I just burn the whole place down. Just burn the whole place down. There's nothing they can do about it. Insurance company won't pay. Just burn the whole place down. People will move, get out of it. They'll leave that island and go to another island, or come to the main island, the main states, and then they'll just clean up. It's easy pickings. It's a real simple pickup, come up. Real simple. Like real simple. For them, it's real simple. To them, this is like another day at the office. It just is what it is. All right. Anyway, I'm going to be bringing on Gaben here shortly. We're going to be talking about PayPal. All right. Oh, weapons fitness training is in the house. What's up, Herman? Herman Austin. Met him in Teotihuacan. I was standing in front of the Teotihuacan Pyramid of the Sun, making some video and getting some B-roll for my new TV series, and Herman walked up on me out there. Didn't even know I was going to be there. It was just a coincidence. He's just a great supporter of Forbidden Knowledge. So shout out to Herman. Where is Gavan at? I don't see Gavan on here. Unless I'm missing something. This is a pretty simple app to use. I don't see him on here. I wanted to talk to you about this PayPal situation tonight and this coin they're trying to make. And he's the expert on that. He has all the intel and all the inside information. And I want to be able to get that information to you guys, because it's really, really incredible what's going on. But I don't see Gavan on here right now. Maybe he got stuck. I know he's traveling nonstop. Right now, I believe he's in Panama. So maybe his internet connection is not that good. I'm not sure. But I'm going to send him a text real quick and see if I can get him on here. Hang tight, guys. Okay. I just sent him a text. That's why I had to pause it out real quick. Anyway, the news is going to be interesting. The good news is that we are doing a free webinar tomorrow. Free. Free. It's going to be a huge webinar. Okay. So if you want to be involved in this webinar, the link is in my bio on this account. We're only going to take the first 1,200 people, because over that, they start charging us a lot of money for all the people that are coming in. The first 1,200 people will be allowed to attend this webinar tomorrow, where we're going to teach you how to create your own passive income, how to become your own bank, how to invest your money in a specific way that has been very successful for me and many others now, as I have put them on this same path. And we're going to give you free information tomorrow. It's not just to get you on a webinar to try to sell you something. We're going to give you knowledge tomorrow on this webinar. If you want to find out how you can make passive income, that's income while you're still working your current gig, your job, your company, whatever you're doing, and make income and money on the side, we're going to give up the plug tomorrow. But you got to click the link in my bio. What's up, Elizabeth? You got to click the link in my bio, and you have to register for the free webinar. Okay? Free webinar. Thank you for the badges. That's going to be tomorrow. Passive income is important. It's a way to generate or create financial freedom. There's a lot of people on this live right now that might be doing well financially, but do you have freedom? In other words, can you literally just drop on the dime and say, I'm going over here. I'm going to hop on a plane and do this tomorrow. Cancel all my appointments. I'm going to go over here. Oh, this situation happened over here. Let me fix that. I don't care how much it costs. I'll take care of it. That's a certain level of financial freedom. And we're going to be teaching that tomorrow. We're going to be teaching you about a source of passive income that you can utilize to create that level of financial freedom. All right. So I'm going to bring Gavan Sarial from Wealth Renegade on right now. What's in store, as well as getting on this free webinar tomorrow. You guys got to register ASAP. What's up, Gavan?
What's up, Billy? Man, sorry, I had a little bit of technical difficulties there, so.
No problem, man. And I told him you're probably having a little technical difficulty, but you'll be on in a minute. Let me adjust my camera just a little bit here.
No
Bring it up a
worries.
tiny bit.
No worries.
And yeah, man. It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
That's how it is. I was telling them, listen, these people got to register. I know I don't want to get right into it yet, but we're going to talk about PayPal. But they have to register fast because we're only going to take the first 1,200 people that sign up. So 1,200 people, you got to get in now to be on this webinar. Otherwise, you might not get accepted. You might not be able to get in. So you got to register ASAP. The link is in our bios. Make sure you sign up fast.
Yeah, 100%. It's gonna be a juicy one. Like, here's the thing, Billy, and I know you know this, but a lot of people don't know this. And so, like, right now, crypto is a bad word, right? DeFi is a bad word. And I went through this back in 2018, 2019, and part of 2020. And what happened was, while a lot of people were like, oh, I lost money in crypto, I'm going to just go away, this is never going to last. That was the time to be building. And that's the time I was building. Yeah. And this time around, I've been building even harder. Because last time it was like, all right, I think this is going to, like, I know because I use it, it's a lot easier. But this time around, the technology's gotten better. The narrative is there. Guys, gals, the rich people are buying this stuff. All right? The rich people, the institutions are buying this stuff. And if you're not ready for it, I'm telling you right now, you're going to miss out on, hands down, the biggest opportunity, in my opinion, that our generation has ever seen. And we're going to go through, like, how it works, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to go through some of the headlines that I think y'all should be aware of. Because they may say, like, they're doing all this stuff over here, but over here is really what's going on. Mm-hmm. And these guys aren't dumb. They're not going to buy at the height where a lot of people will buy. Where 99.9% of the people are going to buy. They won't do that in equities. They won't do that in the real estate market. They won't do that in commodities. They won't do that in crypto. Yeah. But they know these institutions and these banks, well, some banks know that this is the wave of the future and they cannot escape it. And that's why, like Billy was talking about here a little bit earlier, that PayPal has now created with their own stable coin. And for those of you who don't know what a stable coin is, a stable coin is a cryptocurrency that is backed 1-to-1. Now, some banks are pissed that PayPal would come out with their own stable coin. And they've actually canceled them. All right. Some banks have actually canceled PayPal because of this. Yeah. So this is starting to become, a really, really, really big deal. And, I'll tell you this much, Billy, and I think you already know this, like, we've been getting a nice steady flow of students in, but when the bull market comes, which means when everybody starts buying in, that's when the most amount of people come in. Yeah. And I'm more interested in making millionaires this time around than ever before, because right now is the time to do it. Yeah, like if you get into the bull market a little bit later on down the line, can you make some money? 100%. You can make lots of money, but nothing like right now. Nothing like right now. And that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you guys what we're doing. Yeah. Plain and simple. Yeah. And the thing about it, like I told them, we're actually going to drop some knowledge on them tomorrow. Some stuff that, hey, if you apply some of this stuff, you're going to get some results. And there's different levels to the game. Obviously, the deeper the knowledge needed, the more need to be a student. But there's going to be a lot of knowledge dropped tomorrow. If you want to learn something that you may have been struggling to understand, tomorrow on this free webinar, Gavan is going to break down DeFi in a way you've never heard before. He's going to break down what's to come in a way you've never seen or heard before. He's going to dispel all the distractions. We're doing this over here and we're complaining about it here, but over here behind the scenes, why are we buying this stuff like crazy? And also, well, Gavan, what's your opinion? Do you think that they make these crazy statements a lot of times to try to get the market to dip so they can buy on the dip? Well, I'll tell you, not anymore. Not anymore. Yeah. So here's what's happening. there really is a fight going on for crypto. And I'm putting my money behind the biggest horse, all right, the fastest horse. And so right now we have this oppressive government, okay, that's being, run by these polytricksters, right? Like you call it, polytricksters. And what's going on is they're trying to come up with their own cryptocurrency called FedNow. FedNow is run by the government, and if you've ever dealt with the government, and I have because I was in the law for many years, all right, ain't nothing working with the government, all right? They're not innovators. Man, I wish I could say a bad word right now, but I'm not going to. They're just a bunch of idiots, all right? Use your imagination. And these people, they want to oppress you. So what's crypto? Crypto is programmable money, right? Crypto is programmable money. So if they say like, oh, well, you can't see this, or you can't do this, or if you eat too much, or if you use too much gas, or if you use too much electricity, or if you don't, like our narrative, then we swipe you off. We can start taking money directly out of your crypto wallet. And that's the scariest thing. So that's the government, right? And the West and their whole shit agenda. All right.
Yeah.
Then we have the businesses. All right. And now the businesses, they're greedy. They see the benefit of this technology, right? So now they're starting to embrace it because they're like, we can't even create our own blockchain.
Right.
Like, we can't even, it's like Bitcoin and Ethereum are so far ahead that we're never going to be able to compete with this. Yeah. And so what we have now is like businesses like BlackRock, which has $9 trillion assets under management, which would make it the third largest country by GDP behind China and the United States if it was a country, just by its assets under management. All right. They're now getting into DeFi, not just Bitcoin, not just Ethereum, decentralized finance.
Yeah.
And so like, imagine in 2 or 3 years, because like you got to understand in crypto, it's 4-year cycles. All right. And the cycles typically begin during Bitcoin halving. So every 4 years, the Bitcoin network halves the amount of rewards that they give to the miners. And this gives it buy pressure to go up. Okay, this gives it buy pressure to go up. And so what happens is every 4 years around spring of the 444, I know a lot of you guys like that, 444s.
Oh, yeah.
All right. 2020, 2024, yeah, forbidden knowledge, all right, is when these bull markets start to go up, because there becomes a point where Bitcoin is more scarce now. And so you gotta be preparing yourself. And guys, gals, I'm not kidding you. I am shuffling every single thing that I can into this. Honest to God. And I show my students this in my course, right? I am putting, and some of you that are in our course, there's a lot of you that are in our course, type in there, am I not transparent about where I'm putting my money? And do I not follow my own advice, right? We don't give financial advice, but I just show you what my advice to myself is, all right? But thank you for all the 444s. That's good energy that I love to see in here. Yeah. It gives the whole group some financial forbidden knowledge of finances. Yeah. So anyways, we're gonna show you step by step how that all works. All right. And y'all are gonna be really, really surprised, especially those of you who have no clue what cryptocurrencies are or what decentralized finance is. Because if we can show you how to accumulate more now, and I'm not just talking about buying crypto, that's BS. Throw that crap out the window. It's not how we work. We teach you how to make the money the way the banks do. And that's the whole purpose about the blockchain, You guys and gals really got to pay attention right now, because come 2 or 3 years from now, I mean, you can still make money. There's always going to be a way to make money. All right. There's always going to be a way to make money. And I don't want to come from a place of fear. But if you want to jump on this train, all right, on this train, this is the time to do it. And I'm not doing it to sell. I'm just telling you right now, it's in my bones right now. It's telling me right now, guys, gals, this is the time to do it. It will be recorded, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, I hope you heard something interesting that he said, because this is huge. He said he's not talking about buying a bunch of coins on like a Coinbase app or a Robinhood. That's not what we're doing. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. This is why you have to get that link in our bio to this free webinar tomorrow. It's the first link I think I have in my bio. Click on that link. Register ASAP. We're only going to take 1,200 people. You got to be on that list. We're going to teach you something that you may have never seen or heard before, a way that the major banks make money. We're going to teach you how to replicate that in DeFi and how to be able to create passive income for yourself. I hope you're listening. Some of you have been saying I've been waiting for something to come along, and I've been trying to manifest a better future for myself, and I'm just waiting for this opportunity to come along. This might be your opportunity. This might be your opportunity, but you got to register and you got to listen. You got to discern. You got to digest it. You got to meditate on it. This might be what you've been waiting for. So you got to be in that class tomorrow night. It's going to pop off tomorrow evening. And like I said, as far as people say, oh, we want everything for free. Well, getting everything for free is kind of dumb, because then you have no vested interest in it. But Forbidden Knowledge puts out more free information than anybody anywhere in the world inside of this conscious community, period. Because you're talking about maybe, I don't know, 600 posts a day across all platforms going out 7 days a week. Knowledge. The blog itself. Then I hop on with Gavan every month and a half or so. We hop on. He gives you free knowledge and information with sources, backed up by sources. So if you want to get some knowledge tomorrow and have an opportunity to take even further with Gavan in the ARC, you got to be in step number one. And step number one is to register for that webinar tomorrow. That's the link in my bio right now. Register ASAP and be ready to learn. Be sitting there ready and waiting to learn what we're going to teach you tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. Now, here's the thing too that I want to throw out there, okay? Because a lot of people in the past, because I feel like our commonwealth, we don't have a company, we call it a commonwealth. Look up the definition. Our commonwealth is literally teaching people the patient side of investing. It's literally teaching the patient side of investing. And you really have to understand how patience work. I just had a very famous influencer reach out to me recently, and he's like, so what can you guarantee me? Gavan, what can you guarantee me in terms of percentage? I said, here's what I can guarantee you. If somebody guarantees you a percentage per month, I can guarantee you that it's a Ponzi scheme.
That's right.
All right? That's not how the real world works. That's not how nature works. That's not how anything works. The way things works is there are ups and downs. That's the way your life is too. Maybe some of you have been sick, right? You go through ups, you go through downs in your healing process. But inevitably, hopefully, you go up and to the right. You have to be patient though. And we live in such an impatient society now. These are some of the things that we teach, all right? We teach not only crypto, DeFi, but we teach mindset. And it's not just we're oming on there. No, we're teaching you like, okay, here's the proof. Here's the science. Here's the history of how markets work.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just come in and be like, yo, I'm going to make money like this because I've been meditating. And you could, like some of my students who came in late 2020, some of them turned into millionaires. overnight.
Yep. That's a
Okay?
fact.
Overnight. I'm telling you, that's probably not going to happen right now. It could. Nothing's impossible. But you have to realize that nature, the universe, does not roll like that. You could be at the right place at the right time, but more often than not, you have to prepare yourself. You have to educate yourself. You have to be patient. And that's one of the things that we do teach as well.
Yep. And listen, it's going to be amazing, guys. All I can tell you is make sure you click the link in my bio. I put the link here and pinned it in the chat. You can screenshot this and you can go to a website browser. You can type this in if you can't find the link in my bio or Gaben's bio on Wealth Renegade. But I'm telling you, you want to be in that workshop, that webinar tomorrow. Gaben's going to drop some real knowledge. I'll be speaking as well. It's just something that you want to be a part of because, listen, it's changed my life dramatically in the last 8 months that I've been rocking with the ARC and Gaben and Wealth Renegade. So it's something that, you know, when I start putting this in front of the people that are supporting me and following my accounts and subscribing, that means I truly believe in it. So I wholeheartedly believe in this. I've seen the results. I know when I first talked about an NFT online, maybe a year or so ago, one of your students, Gaben, Matthew Egan, actually saw me with promoting that NFT. It wasn't mine. It was somebody else's. There was a chakra NFT, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how he got into buying NFTs.
I saw it too.
Yeah. And ironically, that's how he got into learning more about blockchains and DeFi and crypto and everything else. He probably attended that free crypto masterclass that I taught. Okay. Either way, he somehow ended up with you at the ARC. You became his teacher. And then Matthew now is full-time doing what he loves to do, which is DeFi, you know, which is incredible. You know, he's traveled in the world. He's everywhere I show up in the world, Matthew's there. This guy's in trade, financial freedom. He goes wherever he wants. You know, I'm in the middle of the desert. Matthew pops up in Mojave Desert. You know what I'm saying? This guy's in the desert. But that's a tribute to you and your great teaching, though, Gaben, because you really brought him under your wing and taught him the ropes, and he grasped it. And listen, man, he's flying right now.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, man. Matt, I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna tell you a story. So Matt was a CPA in his subservient cage called an office before, or cubicle. It wasn't even an office. All right, and you know, a CPA, bright guy, you know, very, very smart, good with numbers. And all of a sudden, he sees our stuff come through and he goes, I'm just done. I'm done with this life.
Yeah.
And you know, he's making good money. He was at a big top firm, all right? And just walked away. Literally just walked away one day. And I'm so amazed when I hear his story because he's just like, yeah, I just got up and left. He was like Neo from the Matrix, right? Got up and walked out, right? And he went from becoming, you know, Mr. Egerson to Neo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And saw that he was the one. And we've done that with a lot of people, right? And even when he left, he wasn't making the amount of money that he was making there. Now he is. Now he's making more. I think he's making 2 or 3 times the amount of money that he was making before. But it took him really getting out, out of his comfort zone and learning this stuff. And he turned me on, by the way, I was supposed to be in the desert as well. But I was moving last week, Billy. I really wanted to come, bro. I really wanted to come.
You missed something special there. You were moving. You did tell me you were moving. That's right. Yeah.
So I bought Billy's NFT collection as well. I think you guys should all take a look at it because you got to like hang out with Billy, like go alien hunting. There's like all sorts of really cool perks. But yeah, man. So anyways, Matt is just one of the testimonies, you know, and he's making plus $20,000 per month. You know, not all in DeFi, right? Not all in DeFi. He's doing some other things crypto related. All right. And these are the things that we show you as well, how you can make money. So we're really, yes, let's arrest Bill Gates. That caught my eye. But anyways,
That would be
so,
great.
yeah. So let's, that would be great. Dude, let me say this, Billy. I know your audience really resonates with this, but every once in a while, I'll jump on one of your long. I usually don't have a lot of time to go like an hour and a half and listen to one of your things, you know, just because I'm super busy. But I did the other day, and I got reeled in, dude, by the religious thing.
Yeah.
And see, so back in like 2012, I started seeing all these inconsistencies with the Bible as well.
Yeah.
And it shook me to my core, because I told myself I'm going to really do some research on this, because I grew up in a Christian society. I wasn't Christian by any means. I was always the rebel,
right?
Because something always didn't sit with me. But I was like, why do I always feel guilty? Like this book makes me feel so guilty.
Yeah.
And then I went and I started reading all these things in Deuteronomy. I saw who wrote the majority of the New Testament, right?
Yeah.
It was Paul and his apostles.
Yeah.
It wasn't Jesus. When you actually read Jesus and their apostles, they never actually claimed that Jesus was the Son of God, right? And Jesus actually taught them the Qigong, right? The Qigong that he learned in Asia, where he was between 13 and 30. But when I was listening to your thing, man, I was like, oh man, what a great, because it catches you in. And I'm sure a whole bunch of religious people went on fire about it, right?
Oh yeah.
Then you listen to it and you're like, dude, Billy put some real sense to this, man. Billy put some real sense to this. And I think you did it like, I don't know, like a year ago. But but man, what a great, I would highly recommend any of you who have listened to this thing. I would highly recommend going in there and read and watching Billy's one on religion. I can't remember which one it is. It's like, is Satan the real God or something like that?
Yeah.
It's so good. And and there were some things, because I didn't go that deep. I didn't have the resources or the tools. I didn't know who you were at that time. But in regards to the Anunnaki, the gods, right? I was like, oh my gosh, this makes so much effing sense right now. Like it was so good, man. It was good.
Yeah. I'm that same video is called "Could the God of the Bible Be Satan?"
Yes, that's the one.
And that video is actually being re-edited right now. It's going to be reposted very soon, probably in a few days. It's so funny you bring it up right now. It's being re-edited as we speak.
No way.
And it's going to be reposted again in just a few more days.
Yeah.
I think it was at 1.5 million on the original one on YouTube right now. But
wow.
Yeah, it's going to be reposted. And and like I tell people, my disclaimer is I do believe that there's a God, but the one in that book, that one ain't it. And I bring a lot of receipts with me to show you the path that you're going down when you go down that path.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting stuff.
Well, you know, like so you explained this. Sorry, guys, that we're getting off tangent here. All right. Sign up for the webinar, by the way. But so when I'm sure you've read the Tao Te Ching. The Tao Te Ching is my Bible, right? That book, like anytime I'm in fear or in lack or in anything, I always go to the Tao. And so when you read the Tao talks about like you cannot put words to what she is. You cannot put words to what God is. We don't have that level of that eye to see that yet.
Yeah.
Just like worms don't have eyes and they don't even know what's out here in this dimension. And so like I've just kind of surrendered to it. I'm just like, man, what it is. Like let it just flow, right? We're in our flow state, and there is a flow state for all of us, right?
Yeah.
But that to me, when you discuss God, to me, it's chi. It can't be explained. You can't touch it. You can't feel it. You can't explain it. It's just the power beyond, recognition. And it.
Listen,
go ahead.
Thoth in the Emerald Tablets, my book, Compendium of the Emerald Tablets. Thoth, who's the greatest wisdom teacher on this planet since the planet existed, he says that what you're saying right now is exactly what he says. And he says in regard to that, the highest knowledge is unutterable. You can't even utter it. You can't even tap into or begin to understand, completely conceive it. You can't begin to completely in totality wrap your mind around it. You just know that it is.
Yeah.
And that it is, and that it is also in you. And we're full of untapped power. We are an untapped resource. And we have been distracted by these religious cults and told that we've got to go here and go over there and go over there to get outside access to what's already inside of us and to have a one-on-one connection with the divine, but that's all false. Yeah. Our birthright is a direct connection with the divine, not to go through all these consorts and sidebars and all these extra people on the outside and begging for all this outside stuff. It's to go direct through conscious thought, because the mind transcends space and time. We can't utter it, but the consciousness is already tapped and linked to it. And so, man, it's incredible. So that's why I talk about the topic a lot, because I really do believe that we are probably maybe 400 or 500 years behind where we should be as a civilization. Now, imagine this. We went from a horse, buggy, and carriage to putting remote control cars on Mars in 100 years.
Right.
Imagine another 300 years of extreme development, which has been completely held back and squashed due to religious beliefs. Scientists said that the rate that the Arabs were progressing technologically in the 1800s, if they were never stopped by the papal inquisitions, there would have been a man on the moon in the 1800s.
Wow.
That gives you perspective to how far back, how lost we are right now as a civilization.
Wow. 100%. 100%. But I think now with decentralization, with transparency, we have AI. We need to keep the AI good. We need to keep the AI good is really what we need to do, right? But really, we have this opportunity, because even me, now I'm creating so much with AI. It's like my best assistant, and I'm dreaming up things. I'm dreaming up things, and they're just coming. And so I know that there's just this amazing stuff coming up. It's the progression for the next step for us, and they can't hold it back anymore. I just don't think they can hold it back anymore. Yeah. We know too much now. We know way too much.
Too much. They can't stop us. They created even these platforms to hold us down and keep the boot on our neck with ignorance. And we find a way to surf through this matrix and turn this into a teacher. This is a portal of knowledge, this whole platform right here. You got millions of people started out posting pictures of cats and dinner plates, and all of a sudden now it's a portal for knowledge. Well, we just had the first annual Conscious Awards, which mostly was channeled through this portal that we're talking on right now. They can't stop us. We're unstoppable. We are literally unstoppable.
Unstoppable, man. And you're just seeing it more and more every day, just like the atrocities that these people committed. You can't hide it anymore. You just can't hide it, you know? So I really think that we're on the precipice, and you and I have talked about this last winter. By the way, it's been 10 months, Billy, that we've been working together. 10.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but you and I sat down last December, and I asked you, I said, Billy, is the world going to end? And what did you say?
I said, no, man, this is just the beginning.
Yep.
This is the beginning, man. We're not even close to the end times. The end times are not even close to right now. They would have come a long time ago. I told you about the papal inquisitions, 80 million people tortured and murdered worldwide, the Black Plague, the bubonic plague. I mean, come on. We had all this stuff going on back then. The American Holocaust, 111 million indigenous people slaughtered in the Americas. I mean, there's so many things and disasters and calamities that have happened. The Younger Dryas, we have all the stuff that have happened, these, complete geological disasters. At those moments, those should have been the end of days. Right now, it's actually the greatest time to be alive.
100%. 100%. I agree with you, man. And like right now, the old Ponzi scheme, all right, that of the Federal Reserve and all that stuff, that's going away. It's no longer working. I don't know if you know this. I'm sure you do, because you follow up with a lot of this. But The Federal Reserve is now printing more money to pay their debt, okay, than ever to pay their debt.
Yes.
So, and it's more than the actual amount of money that we spend in defense, which is our highest overhead in the United States. Let that sink in, guys and
Crazy.
gals. Like, and now they're getting high on their own supply. All right, they're
Yeah.
getting
It's
high on
driving
their own
inflation up.
supply.
It's driving up the inflation. All this money they're printing is making the inflation skyrocket. They're literally, when they do that, they're stealing food out of babies' mouths. You know, that's what they're doing. They're stealing the food from the babies because the parents, God forbid, these single mothers, they can't afford this stuff. They can't afford to take care of these kids and all this stuff, man, with what's going on right now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the more they print, the higher the interest rates, the higher the inflation.
So
it's just
what?
skyrocketing.
Right. And so how do you counter that? Right? How do you counter that? You better damn well have assets that are outperforming inflation, and not this fake inflation that they put in here, right? Because the majority of you all spend your money on rent, right? Like, I think the rent, they said, went up by, don't quote me, but like 12% year over year.
Yeah.
12% year over year. You
Crazy.
know, my dad has an apartment down in Miami, and they raised his rent 25% year over year. And they could get, I mean, come on, like that they're, it's getting out of hand. Luckily,
it's crazy.
it has investments that outpace inflation, but y'all better be paying attention, because if you don't, if you just put your money in the bank account and let it go up by 5% per year, good luck. Good luck with that. So
we want to see you guys on the webinar tomorrow. Get on the webinar. Get that link. I pinned it down here. Screenshot that. Type it into a browser and go register ASAP. We need to see you on that free webinar tomorrow to gain some more knowledge on what you can do to pivot in this economic disaster that they've plotted on us for many, many decades.
Yep. Time for us to take our power back. That's why Robert Kiyosaki calls crypto the people's money. He says, you know, gold and silver is God's money, and paper, toilet paper money, fiat currency is the government's money. And I'm sure, just like a lot of you all, you're sick of the status quo. We're making a difference. There's big players getting in. Don't be left behind on this. Do not be left behind. So,
absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
All right, brother.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'll see you tomorrow evening. We're going to have a great time. Make sure you guys register ASAP. Limited space available for this free webinar. And I'll see y'all all tomorrow. If you register, then you'll get a notification when we're going live. I think it was tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Okay, 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, you'll get a notification. But if you don't register, you won't get a notification. All right? Anyway, Gaben, thanks for hopping on tonight, man. I appreciate you.
All right, my bro. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, brother. See you tomorrow.
All right,
Peace.
peace.